Welcome to Dragon Ball Speak, a show where we summarize and review every episode of Dragon Ball Z, 3 episodes at a time, and rate them each on a scale of 1 to 7 stars. We're available on Spotify, YouTube, and iTunes, and we upload every Monday. I'm one of your hosts, Brandon.
And I'm Wesley.
And this is Dragon Ball Speak, Episode 5. So we're going to be going through episodes 13 through 15 of Dragon Ball Z today. Starting with 13, we got Gaz and Mez. What are your thoughts when you saw that title? What is the first thing you assumed?
I knew it was filler because it's two names I haven't heard before, and there's no spoilers in the title or the title screen, which means it's not canon.
Right.
At least that's what I've deduced so far.
Yeah.
And yeah, sure enough, turns out it's filler.
Yeah. So yeah, we saw in the at the end of episode 12 that Goku falls into the clouds.
Yeah. And
he tries to grab the fruit and then gets whacked in the head. Yeah, the succulent.
Yeah, so juicy.
Fruit. And then, yeah, this blue guy sounds like Piccolo, but I looked at the voice actor and it was actually not Christopher Sabat. It was just a guy that was clearly trying to be.
Just like, yeah.
Yeah. But, so this blue guy tells him he can't eat the fruit. Turns out his name is that Gaz?
Gaz, yeah.
Yeah.
The Gaz man.
And then Mez walks up. He's the red demon with glasses. They're both wearing a shirt that says Hell.
Yep, because they're
ogres. They're not
ogres
demons. Yeah,
in Hell.
Yeah,
and Hell's like not that bad apparently,
dude.
It's just basically just like Earth, and they even have a theme park and stuff.
I know, like Hell literally makes no sense in the show.
They got booty fruit.
Yeah,
that's all you need is booty fruit.
Plus, it's really funny. Whenever they released this, I think it was locally, like Saturday mornings or whatever.
Yeah,
their shirts didn't say Hell. They said HFIL, which they said was the home for infinite losers.
Oh my god.
Because they didn't want little kids to be saying Hell.
That's so whack.
Yeah, it's really terrible. But yeah, Goku thinks that they're King Kai. But no, they tell him he's in Hell and you're not going back. Spoiler alert, he goes back.
Yeah.
And it really wasn't that hard for all the hype, for everyone telling him like, if you fall, you'll never come back.
Yeah, and it was like
took him like 20 minutes.
Yeah, an episode to get back.
But of course,
and before we get started on all the Goku stuff, there's like a weird cutaway to launch at the base of Corn Tower, and then Tien and Chiaotzu climbing it.
Yeah, they're climbing Corn Tower.
That's basically it.
Like, we don't even see like Krillin and Yamcha climbing it with them.
Yeah, and it's just a strange cutaway, and then that's really it. Actually, the Native American dudes are there, but
I think or is that later or is that here?
I didn't even write it down because it was like 10 seconds.
Yeah. So weird scene with launch. Weird that Tien's like, you need to be on your best behavior. He said to Shiatsu, he said you need to be on your best behavior. So I'm sorry guys. So stop asking questions.
Yeah.
It's like, okay. Tien's kind of a dick.
Yeah.
But yeah, we see the teepee. We see Upa, which is the kid that Goku had helped so many years ago who died, but then Goku resurrected him, and
then the dad of that guy.
Right, I forget his name. His dad's name.
I don't remember either, but
I think he died as well.
Yeah, and then Launch is there just.
She literally tries to like blow their heads off.
I was gonna say she's dummy thick.
Oh, true. She's bent over. In
the scene. Tent. I mean, they knew what they were doing when they wrote that scene. But then, she grabs a shotgun, and straight up tries to like murder them. Yeah,
because she sucks. And then of course she sneezes because in every scene that she's in, you're just waiting for it. It's like a punchline over and over again, but it's not funny. I hate her so much. Yeah. But we cut back, and then Goku's jumping, trying to get out of Hell into Snake Way, but then Gaz tells him he will help you get out if you win a wrestling match. So now they're gonna wrestle. And dude, I'm gonna tell you what. I actually did not mind this episode at all so far up to this point. Like I actually thought it was like decent. Mm-hmm. Does it sound okay?
Yeah, you're good.
I actually thought it was decent. And, on to this point, but this is the point where I realized I was like, okay, this episode is like not actually that bad.
This was my favorite of the 3 that we watched, I think.
Mine too, for sure. It was just because it stayed interesting.
Yeah.
Goku wins the wrestling match.
Yeah.
Not like pretty effortlessly. He does like a cool thing where he pushes air with his hands and
it's cool though, because it's like I like seeing Goku beat Goku.
Exactly.
Badass. Yeah.
Right. Exactly.
And then because he won, he's supposed to be able to use Gazman's secret flying machine.
Special flying machine.
Which turns out to be just a seesaw.
A huge, like lever seesaw, essentially.
And so, like, he tries to launch Goku with the seesaw, and it doesn't work because Goku's head is too soft, I guess, to go through the clouds.
Well, so he doesn't make it. He does the Kamehameha midair to try and make it, and then he hits his head. And then, he says, like, your head is too soft, but then Goku realizes that he was just messing with him.
Yeah.
Like, you can't get through that way, I guess, for some reason.
And then...
Yeah, and then we see...
And then Mez comes
up. Did I skip a lot of stuff?
No, I don't think so. We're good.
Okay. Yeah, sorry.
So he wins against Gauze, and then he doesn't get up there, and then Mez is like, okay, well, now it's my turn.
Okay,
like,
right.
And then if you race, I'll show you the secret passage to get back to Snake Way. And Goku's like, all right, whatever.
Yeah, the condition is tag. And at this point, I think it was that we see like Hell has a gift shop in the background, and there are
cars
like
in a
the
theme
little
park.
Souls are like touring, or they're like being tourists.
Yeah, there's Needle Mountain. It's so weird. Like, it's like, this is not Hell.
It's so strange.
The most hellacious thing was like the lava pool, and even then they walk right through it.
It's a blood fountain.
Fountain. Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like, all right. That's sick.
It is weird, but whatever. So Hell's not too bad.
Yeah, not a bad place to be.
Yeah, so he talks about the secret passageway. One condition is tag. Essentially tag. He has to catch him.
Which I like this part too, because Mez is very fast and very good at running, and then Goku just like effortlessly keeps up with him.
He's basically screwing with him.
Yeah, you get to see more of Goku being like
The scene does go on a little bit long.
Yeah, it does.
We do cut to Gohan really quick. The Sabretooth is just chasing him around, and he's screwing around.
Yeah.
But we cut back to Goku, and they're running, and then they're running through like a carnival, and they're running on the Ferris wheel.
Again, not a bad place to be.
They're on roller coasters and then go-karts, and it's like, okay, like I get it that it's supposed to be like a comedic scene, but it drags on for sure.
And so he wins the race.
So it was good up to this point, I think.
Yeah.
But he wins the race.
And then they tell him about the fruit, because they're like, they take a break, and he's like, why don't we get a snack and eat the King Yama's fruit? So after the race, they're like, let's get a snack of King Yama's fruit, and you find out here that Mez and Gauze are protecting the fruit because it's King Yama's and it's special, and it can double your strength and keep you full for 3 months. So naturally, Goku's like, I need some of that.
Yeah, dude.
And he pulls a fast one, and he gets some of that, and he eats it, and then he uses the secret passage,
which was the worst secret passage. It's literally like a giant canyon and then a doorway
with some like stars in there for some reason, and then you end up in King Yama's desk, I guess.
His desk drawer.
Yeah. And then, so he sees King Yama, and he's like, what are you doing here? And he's like, oh, I thought this would take me back to Snake Way. And he's like, blah, I don't even know.
He's like, that's strange.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, and then Goku's like, all right, well, I'm going to go back now. And he goes back.
So he starts Snake Way all the way over from the beginning.
Back to where he's at. And so you're like, oh, cool, this episode
meant
absolutely
nothing.
Yeah, because he basically gets back to where he was, and it's like, okay, so this is a 20-minute waste of my time.
Oh yeah, I mean that's the mark of like bad filler. If it doesn't contribute to the plot at all, it doesn't really contribute to any characterization.
Yeah,
it's just mindless. I actually didn't really mind this episode in general.
I didn't mind it either, but like
it was at least entertaining. But it was filler as hell.
I'll take filler of Goku being Goku over Gohan and the strangest robot any day. I
agree 100%.
Yeah.
So moving on to episode 14 is called Princess Snake. Yeah. So now compared to the last episode, this one was pretty rough. So all of a sudden in the beginning of this episode, he's already back to where he was when he fell off.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay, I guess it's been a couple months or something.
3 months, I guess, because the fruit.
He says that. Yeah. Oh, right, because he gets hungry again or whatever. But he passes the street cleaner, who rip, because the street cleaner just freaking drives off the side. Piccolo, we cut to Piccolo training, and he's like essentially meditating, focusing, but he
practicing his like Jedi mind tricks.
Right, yeah, he creates a tornado with the Force.
Yeah.
And Gohan walks up and kind of gets caught in it, but he's like just watching Piccolo, and then they get swept away. We cut to the Z Warriors on Kami's lookout for the first time.
Yeah, that was
which is neat, cool. So they're at least there. They're about to start training.
Mm-hmm.
And then Goku is running, and he gets sucked in by a building that is also like, it looked like a snake head also.
Yeah, and it makes you think it's like the end of Snake Way, I guess, because it's like the first time he's found anything on Snake Way.
That's what he thought, right?
Yeah, and he falls down into a palace, and then there's a girl, like an assistant there, and she tells what we find out to be Princess Snake that it's like a cute boy.
And she
loves that.
Bro, the noise that she makes right there.
Yo, straight up, like she's very, very excited.
I'm not even. Normally, I would just do it. Yeah, I'm not gonna do it.
We're gonna get flagged on YouTube.
Yeah.
And so she walks out, and Goku, and she's again very much like, oh yes, this is great. Mm-hmm. And Goku thinks that it's the dude he's been looking for, which is
King Kai.
Yes,
right.
I always get that mixed up.
Yeah, he thinks it's King Kai.
And she goes with it because she's like, all right, yeah,
right. And they start dancing.
Like, as training.
Guess, yeah, he thinks that's.
I actually like this part because he's like, he thinks he's training with King Kai, so he's like, all right, I got to pull a fast one on him. I got to find his moment of vulnerability, and they're dancing, and then he just straight up like tosses her.
Dude, he murks her. Yeah. He slams her on her back,
and she's like, what the heck?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I like that part.
No, I thought that was super funny. And then he's like, I got to get out of here. I'm in a hurry. They convince him to stay for dinner because he's not one to pass up a meal.
I like that part too. We get to see Goku like loving his meal. But again, if he's dead in heaven, what's the physics? What's the science of this place? Does this dude need food? Does he not need food? Like,
oh, let's not even talk about, you say, the physics of this place when it turns out that he's actually inside of
a snake. Yeah.
Spoiler alert. But
so they eat dinner, and they're drugging the dinner to make him fall asleep so that I don't know what she plans to do when he's asleep, but she wants to keep him. It doesn't work, so they're like, take him to the baths,
right?
Keep him as long as you can, and they tried to lure him there, and then so I don't know what I put straight up butthole because I'm pretty sure there's a scene where you just see Goku's ass spread.
We see spread like, eagle
out of the water,
brown eye, yeah, Goku ass.
You got the little dot and everything. I don't know. Maybe I'm seeing it wrong, or that's like.
I don't think it's supposed to be his butthole. I think it's like his butt crack, and that's just like the shadows.
Straight up brown eye.
But yeah, and then he gets up and like as if that wasn't enough ass.
Yeah.
He gets up and walks out, and we see like even more Goku ass, and man, like it looks firm.
It's a nice butt, but it's like, this is a kid's show?
Oh, I'm sure that got cut.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah, I was about to say because that was straight up butthole.
Along with the next scene.
Yeah.
Dude, one of the funniest scenes in all of Dragon Ball.
Yes.
So, yeah, the girl, what did she say?
So I wrote it down. So Goku's trying to leave, and then Princess Snake is like, girls, get sharp or whatever. Mm-hmm. And so they show up to like stop him, and she said, one of the girls walks up, she's like a few inches from Goku's face, and she's like, I have something to show you, and it's my gun. And then she's just got a gun.
It's my gun. And she holds it up.
And it's like, dude, all right, this escalated.
Super weird, first off.
And you think that they try to I guess they're going to shoot Goku, but instead she just wants to play Russian roulette. And then...
Right, well, I think she was demonstrating Russian roulette. Like, she was going to have him play.
And then she murks herself.
She literally shoots herself in the head, falls over, and we don't see her again.
And that's
like,
it.
She dies.
That was cut. That whole... So, butthole to gun, cut.
Oh, dude, no 100%. Doubt. No doubt in my mind. That's an extra commercial break there.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, what the hell? Like, who wrote that into the episode and thought, yeah, this fits?
I love that some designer... Like, someone wrote that, and then some animator who was probably paid less than the writer was like, all right, let's see what I'm doing today. And he's like, oh, I have to draw Goku's butthole, and then I got to draw a girl that, like, murks herself with a gun.
And you know they have to, like, research, like, strong, like, muscular dude anatomy of butt cheeks.
And I mean, it's a nice butt.
And it looks good, bro. Yeah. It's like, if I know that if I smack that thing, it would smack back.
Animator, if you're watching this, you did good.
He's definitely watching.
Oh, 100%. Yeah. I'm pretty sure, like, all of them, including Toriyama.
Akira Toriyama himself actually watches the show. He DM'd us.
Yeah. So, after the Russian roulette, they give him... So, they want to... It's so weird. They want to show him, like, a dance with, like, some swords, and then they use juice to knock him out.
Yeah, they drug him more.
Yeah. And then at this point, they're, like, straight up saying, like, let's drug him.
I don't even get, like, maybe... Why do they even want him?
That's
there?
What I'm saying. Like I don't know
if he's gonna be sleeping for 3 days. Like, what
is she trying to like sex him, or is she trying to like keep him and just make him like a slave? Like, what's the deal? Why is she drugging him?
I didn't really know. I think that
they don't really tell you because you think that she wants Goku, but then while he's asleep, they look at his dreams with some mirror and they see the
dream mirror.
Yeah, he's dreaming of Chi-Chi and Gohan, and she's like, I don't want him anymore. I'm gonna eat him instead.
Right. So.
The snake, they all go snake on him.
And but this doesn't. But she's already eating him.
Yeah.
Because he's inside of a snake. Like, who are these people? So everything's just an illusion?
And what's weird here is that they go snake mode, and then they don't out of nowhere. And
right, then they go back when he wakes up.
Yeah, and then Goku's like, all right, I'm going to leave now. And they're like, okay. And then she turns into a snake again. And then she tells him, like, her master plot, which is like, does your eyes deceive you? You've been in a snake this whole time. And then she uses I wrote it down because it's disgusting. It turns out you're in the belly of a snake, and then she's like, and now here comes my digestive juices.
Yeah, that very gross. And there's juice like dripping on him. Classic.
And, like, what the heck is happening?
And then he's like flying out, and then the snake is breathing fire and chasing him, and then he gets it to tie itself up.
Yeah, by flying around.
Which I guess Princess Snake is the giant snake.
Yes. So then maybe these snakes inside of her were like little
baby snakes.
Maybe the digestive juices changed his mind.
Yes.
And he was like, "Oh, I'm seeing little snake dudes."
Yes.
Weird episode, just weird. And then, that's the end. And then you realize, again, nothing happened. Like no progress. So he's just back on Snake Way.
He's exactly where he started. Progress.
Yeah. Except, I don't even know. He's flying now, and I guess
once again, I think that these episodes could have existed, and I think they could have been good.
Yeah.
Like, the episode doesn't need to be Goku running on Snake Way the whole time. There can be a side plot.
Yeah.
You just have to make the side plot something that isn't moronic and awful to watch.
It's not, they just happen. Like, they could have just had, like, some dude on Snake Way that says he needs Goku's help, and then Goku helps him throughout all these things. He helps him fight Gaz and Mez, helps him fight the snake. But instead, it's just Goku stumbles upon these weird side quests, and then nothing happens because no progress is made.
Right, and you're just not supposed to think about it very hard, is the thing. But
that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, I mean, I don't like when things do that. Whenever he was dreaming as well, he did see he was like haunted by the Saiyans maybe killing his family.
Yeah,
it's like, how does he even know?
I wrote down that. Yeah, how does he know
he's dreaming and it's like their perfect silhouettes?
Yeah, and I was like, I thought I missed something because I was taking notes and I was like, wait, are they coming? Like, are they here? And then it was like, oh, it's a dream. But how does he know it's Nappa and Vegeta? Like, it's just inconsistency.
Right. I mean, whatever. They're just like, yeah, just throw it in.
Yeah. And that's episode 14, Princess Snake.
So somehow the 3 episodes we watched, like, it started strong and then they each got worse.
Yeah.
With the one before, or then the one before. Episode 15 is called Dueling Piccolos. So as soon as as soon as you see that title card, you're like,
yeah,
this ain't gonna be anything.
And it turns out to be not as cool as it sounds.
No, and it wasn't as cool as like that. Once again, this episode could have been really cool, but we'll explain why it wasn't.
Yeah.
So start us off.
So basically, we cut to Gohan, and he's camping in a cave, and he's doing math in the sand.
He's being a nerd.
Yeah, which is like, it's cool, I guess, because you're like, oh, Gohan still cares about this stuff. Like, he is a nice mix of Goku and Chi-Chi, and he's dreaming about his parents and how he misses them and stuff.
Right.
And then we cut to like Piccolo practicing his special beam cannon and stuff.
Well, yeah, and then they flash back to Raditz and they show that whole scene again.
Yeah.
And then we get the golden line.
Yeah.
He's faster than the speed of light.
And it's like, okay.
Which is like, you could have only said that once and we could have ignored it, but now it happened twice and it's like,
they literally like reused the footage too. It's straight up just like,
oh yeah,
grab that from that episode, put it right here,
and
boom,
it's like 2 minutes,
5 minutes done.
Yeah, and it's like, it saves them. I mean, I'm sure it saves them time and money. They're like stoked whenever that happens.
Yeah,
but really unnecessary. I mean, at the same time, like, the people who were watching this when it came out, that happened like 3 months ago.
Yeah, that's
so
fair.
If you're watching one episode per Saturday, but still, I mean, not great.
Mm-hmm.
Not great to reuse stuff like that.
And then this episode is a blur for me because I feel like I have no idea what was going on. Does Piccolo double himself here, or does it come in later in the episode?
Yeah, he does here, I think. So he starts screaming.
Yeah.
He starts like yelling like good. And then another one of him emerges from him.
Yeah.
Which that's fine. Like, we've seen that before.
Mm-hmm.
Because like, if you have like you have different abilities with like different levels of chi control and that kind of thing. Like Tien can do that. We've seen him do it in the tournament. That's whatever. Like, I'm cool with that. But then it cuts and Gohan is like sailing in the desert with a boat that I guess he built.
I guess.
Or like a surfboard.
It
with
looks
a sail.
cool, but also it's like, where did this come? Like, how did this happen?
Yeah, it's just strange.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, it makes even less sense. But yeah, and then a giant eagle is like trying to kill him.
Of course, because that's what Gohan's doing now.
Yeah, exactly. He loses control and he crashes on the beach.
Yeah, very Link's Awakening looking.
Next to because that just came out. Next to Sabretooth Tiger.
Of course.
Yeah, and then so he decides that he wants to run along the beach to find his home and to talk to his mom, but he soon realizes that he's on an island. Sorry.
Yeah, he's a dumb little 4-year-old.
Right. So we cut back to Piccolo and. It's like him fighting himself, which once again could have been really interesting choreography-wise, like different. But it almost reminded me, it was strange because it's animated.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of in a movie like Freaky Friday or something. Whenever you have, it's one actor, they're not twins. Yeah, I know. Yeah. They're not twins. So it like cuts back and forth different scenes and they're rarely in the same scene together. For whatever reason, it felt like that, even though it's freaking animated.
I can feel that. I mean, it should have been really cool because it's like one of the strongest characters in the show fighting himself. Which should have been some sick
literally
action,
nothing happened.
It's just a bunch of like...
Right, it's this, and then it's like they both miss special beam cannons.
Of course.
But I don't think they ever hit each other.
Mm-mm.
And then he's got to suck himself back up later on.
Yeah, it's pretty gross.
Yeah, it actually was like...
He's like...
I thought it was like actually...
And then like goes in his back and it's like tearing and stuff, and it's gnarly.
Splashing like juice.
Yeah.
I thought that was well animated. I thought that was a really cool little scene. But it cuts to Chi-Chi. She's too sad to even eat. Mm-hmm. Ox King is trying to feed her porridge. Once again, his voice actor is like nails on a chalkboard. I hate it so much. Him and Launch is like, I would rather put
Launch
scissors in my ears.
Definitely worse, I think, though.
Yeah,
because like, there's too much of her.
Yeah. And then Gohan decides Piccolo says that his greatest weakness is himself.
And so he fights himself to learn his weaknesses.
Right, which is like once again could have been cool.
Yeah.
Gohan once again. Gohan tries to chop a tree apart to build a boat. He's working on the boat.
Mm-hmm. I like this part only because it shows like Gohan is more in touch with like intellect to solve problems, whereas Goku would probably be like he would just run in a circle around the island, and Gohan's like, I'm gonna build a boat, and I gotta knock down a tree to do that. So that part's like kind of cool, I guess.
Right, so he's similar to his dad nowadays in that he's not like so scared of everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, he's obviously way smart. He's just exactly more of a problem solving kind of character rather than a
punch
blind luck. Yeah, exactly, like Meathead. But it doesn't really make sense whenever he climbs to the top of the mountain and you see like what island he's on, because it's small. Mm-hmm. And like the landscape doesn't match at all what we've been seeing,
which is a giant desert, and then
and like a little bit of trees, even though he was like in like mountainous.
Yeah, I don't even know where we are on the Earth. Like it's
who knows? I mean, he's just like, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't look the same. It doesn't make any sense.
They literally were just like, we got to get him on a boat for the next episode, so let's put him on an island.
Yeah, which is like of all episodes to leave a cliffhanger.
This one.
Yeah, Gohan he's sailing and his boat breaks. Piccolo realizes something's wrong and he flies to go find him.
Yeah, and then Gohan's like traversing the seas with the broken ship and there's tornadoes coming, and it's like the narrator for a very long time is like, what's going to happen next? Will Gohan get out of the ocean? Will Piccolo save him? What's up with the boat? Where are these waves coming from? Look at these tornadoes. Find out next time.
Yeah, right? Awful episode.
Yeah.
I mean, really. The first one, not so bad. Episode 13 was not so bad. Yeah. I enjoyed watching it. 14, I enjoyed less.
And then,
15 was, I did not enjoy.
We started
at all.
Average, and then
I was like, bad. Okay, so like maybe this won't be so bad.
Yeah, but it got bad.
It got bad. So let's hear your scores.
For episode 13, I gave it 3 out of 7 stars.
I gave it a 3.
Okay, cool. It was cool because it's still filler, but we got to see Goku do some cool stuff, which is very different from the other filler we've received.
And it's refreshing, exactly, because we haven't actually really seen Goku do anything since he fought Raditz, other than say, "Oh, I'm hungry," or like running on Snake Way.
Yeah.
So it was refreshing seeing the main character of the show once again.
Not running.
Yeah, exactly.
And then what'd you give Princess Snake?
I initially gave it a 1 out of 7.
Oh, wow.
But then I was like, that Goku ass was too sweet.
Right?
Too sweet. So I gave it a 2 out of 7. I didn't hate it that much, but this was infamously like an episode that I was not looking forward to, because I remember watching this episode way back in the day and being like, that sucked.
Yeah, I gave it a 2 out of 7 stars as well because, other than the saving grace of Goku's ass multiple times
and Russian roulette
and that part was that's like probably the funniest part in the show so far.
Yeah.
And then we go to episode 15, Dueling Piccolos. which I gave a 2 out of 7. I think I'm gonna give out a 1 out of 7 very soon because I think we're at the bottom of the barrel. I'm losing patience, and I'm tired, and I need to punish these shows with the 1 out of 7.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I gave this a 2 out of 7.
I gave it a 1. It was not good. There was nothing interesting happening in this episode. They reused a lot of the same scenes. It didn't really make much sense for the narrative.
And
they replayed stuff.
Yeah, and stuff that could have been cool was very lame.
Right, because I'm sure the animators had an ungodly short amount of time to make the episode because it doesn't. But it's like, man, just a little more effort would have gone a really long way with that episode. An actual episode dedicating to Piccolo fighting Piccolo as an actual fight would have been sick. But they half-assed it, so it sucked. And we learned once again that Raditz is faster than the speed of light.
Yep, once more. And we also get reminded that Vegeta and Nappa are flying through space. And they're on their way.
They're by Jupiter. You see that? They said they're entering the solar system.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. I
guess they're going really slow.
We know it's been at least 3 months because the fruit thing.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing we're like 4 or 5 months now. So yeah, maybe one day they'll actually get to Earth and we'll see this fight happen.
Maybe. Probably not.
No.
So yeah, looking forward to episodes 16, 17, and 18 for episode 6 of Dragon Ball Speak. What'll happen next time? Will
Filler.
Gohan drown and die?
Please.
Will Piccolo split himself up again and juice everywhere? Will Goku get eaten by a snake and digested by juices?
Probably.
Will he land in hell again and ride the carnival rides?
Most definitely.
Find out next time on Dragon Ball Speak.